Hello. All right, let's do this. Alright, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a game engine right now. So let's focus in. Let's try to create, let's go to index. We'll just put in import. Let's do some kind of like quick cache here. So that we can refresh without too much trouble. And we'll say promise. Say if key, if not key, then cache. Then we'll say cache sub key. And we'll say cache sub key equals delete callback. I'll make this async. And then in here, I'll do const body equals wait to use cache. For this it'll be script match dot file path. We'll take all of this, put that there, call this async, and then for here we'll just return. And then the body, string undefined. At this point it's going to be definitely something. Let's say const body equals return body dot join on empty string. We will wait here. And then we'll do just so that it reloads whenever we update the file. Alright, so now we want to start figuring out how to kind of like create the engine. So we'll do a new file, engine.ts, and we're going to create the concept of a drawable. with that. Are we? At the end of the day, a draw just needs to be able to render. I think it would be interesting if it kind of dealt with an abstract interface that didn't know that there was a canvas. So this is drawable. I'll say interface drawable. We're just gonna give like a whole bunch of built-in functionality. X is a number, Y is a number. Width is a number, height is a number. We're just gonna try to keep it simple for now. Say image is a string. We're gonna create some kind of type value. T or null or undefined or a function that returns T. And then we'll just say these are all value for now. We'll create a function. Make this return array of drawable. And we'll just create a export const render. Which takes a renderable. So I'll say renderable dot render const drawable is that, and then we will do a const drawable Probably what we'll do here is we'll do that later. No, I think this will be fine. And so we kind of want to go through each thing and figure out what's being drawn in here. And so first we'll do const, we'll just go render from the engine, and then we'll say a function. I'll do that for now. So we're gonna just go one by one and figure out everything that we're drawing. So we'll start with maybe the cells. So the first thing we're gonna do is do array from length is rows times columns dot net. We don't care about the first argument, but we care about the index. And we're just gonna spread it. And in here we're going to just keep it really simple. So hopefully we can just get rid of these. Get rid of these. I wonder if here maybe we should do like width and height. We could do that for now. Do that until it seems that we shouldn't. Oops. We can get rid of these now. I'll save this one for later. And here, the X is going to be, well, we're going to want some space to do some stuff here. X is going to be column cell size. This is going to be row times cell size. And we're going to say const column equals index mod mod columns const row equals index math dot floor index divided by columns. I'm gonna make these required for now until we find that we can do otherwise. And so we'll have the engine do all the stuff related to the canvas. Query selector canvas const context equals canvas dot get context 2D. also be required. And we'll do drawables. And it'll be context as the second argument. And this rendering context 2D. Go back to Minesweeper. It'd probably be nice to kind of make these into functions. Create cells. And just say this. We'll just do an empty arg. Let's just keep it a little cleaner so it's easy to read. We know exactly what this does and whatnot. It doesn't really need to be a function, which is just say cells. One other thing we might want to do some kind of data generic here. Let's say this is an array of drawable. We'll just say this is unknown. We don't mind not knowing either for the moment. We could just default it to unknown, I think. And then here we can just say that these are draw. Did I not export it? Export that. Just trying to figure out why it's unhappy. The data is missing. Say data is this. And one thing we want to store extra in the drawable is cell data. So we'll say type cell data interface. Column is a number, row is a number. Data. And so in here we'll do column, row. Okay, so that should draw the cells, but the cells are going to need their own draw states. Draw end state, draw. Okay, let's try to resolve some of these errors. We're going to go into the engine. We're going to see if type of document equal to undefined, and we'll do this stuff. We're just gonna go one by one just to see what's all running and just resolve each error one by one. Okay, this is not allowed anymore. We're just gonna comment it for now. Just see what we get next in terms of errors. So these are going to be things that we want to add to each of the cells. So we'll say in Minesweeper TS in engine, we're going to make it so that they can have on click, and on context. We'll say on click, on context. Yeah, I found them. Found my glasses. How's it going, Ziga? We're just trying to create an engine now and make this code look a lot more manageable and understandable. I'm trying to collocate code so that it's easy to reason why things happen when they happen. One more thing Drawable will have is state, which will be unknown by default as well. And this will take, maybe we'll take this, which is a drawable state data. Excuse me. And state, which is state. Maybe a return state. This will do the same. So this takes state, returns state, and returns state. See what other errors we're getting. Canvas 115. Okay, so we can kind of take this, go to the on click, put that code there. We'll do DT, XX. Can we put a second arc here? So the hope is that the main thing we're using is the engine. And so like, for example, how we kind of like take this complex image here and the way we kind of like chop it up into little images, I want to try to put that into the engine so that we use that in other games. Click events are going to be useful in other games too. So trying to incorporate that would be helpful. Why are you unhappy? State data. State. Let me do Minesweeper state. We'll do interface Minesweeper state. So there's just certain aspects that we like clicking, sub-imaging. Eventually I'll probably work up to a tile map because ultimately that's what this is here, is a tile map, which is kind of just like how you would manage drawing multiple images and make sure we're not like overdoing it. Should be just dot on click. I will do on click state false. On click state true. And then we'll go to the onClick function. Make it so novel needs that instead of return state. It'll be Minesweeper state. And then rather than draw, it returns state. I think in terms of state, there's not much Minesweeper state actually. Every cell kind of controls its own state, so there's no global state. But we might want to know who was clicked. That's pretty important. This is no longer a relevant argument. So we'll say this. Just do type Minesweeper cell equals this, because we're going to reuse this, I think. We're going to say cell Minesweeper cell. And so in here, we're kind of going to already know what we've clicked. And we're gonna have the cell already. And then we don't need to know if we have a cell or not because we know that we do. And so all this information about the cell is gonna go as part of the cell data. So it's gonna be is revealed is dangerous. Is flagged. We can get rid of this now. So this is the state, but we don't need it anymore. Instead, we just take each one of these. We already have flag, already have revealed, already dangerous. This is the one that's missing. So we have to put it here, except as a number. Is dangerous false? Is flagged false? Reveal false? Surrounding danger 0. And so this should be cell.data, .data, .data, .data. We'll figure that out later. .data, .data. Data, data. Here. We might also want the engine. just don't know. How important do you think getting certification is? I mean, for some jobs it's important. To me, you would only get a certificate if the job specifically asks you to get a certificate. But if they don't ask, then I don't think it's terribly important. It's certainly like helpful for yourself though if you just need that like extra level of knowing that, like, more certainty that you know something to its full extent. So it kind of depends. So one thing I would want to do is like be able to tag things in a cell. And then in here we'll have a tag. What language is this? This is TypeScript. We're doing a browser, web browser, HTML5, Canvas, in order to make this game engine. We're trying to make something that's like very data driven. Trying. There's only so much you could do. And state driven. I think these you could potentially consider putting into the state. What do you dream of? Slang. I say cells. We'll say cookies. I don't know. Say cell position. We'll say cell state. Oh, okay. We'll call that state. We'll call this data. We'll say, yep, that's fine. I'll say cells is cell state double array. And that means we could take this from here. We want to kind of keep things that never change here is what I'm thinking, or rarely change here. Things that do change in the state. Because ideally we would want state to be something that we save between sessions, so you can come back and continue the game where you left off. So in here, we'll need all of these, but we'll also need state. We'll do a return. Start there. In here, we'll say we need a way to kind of like update an index of an array. And there's no reason we can't just do it and just be like, state dot cells sub cell dot row sub cell dot data dot column. Oh, thanks for the follow, Marius. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're just trying to create a game engine here from scratch using TypeScript. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask. Do that. Let's do this. We'll say data. What are you using for state management? I mean, I'm just using a data variable. In terms of, I'm gonna have, the idea here is these functions where a user kind of interacts, they're gonna have the responsibility of updating the state. And so when the state gets updated, it's gonna change how things render. That's the idea. And so I just have like this state object that's going to exist all the time. And we're going to be able to manipulate that state whenever a user interacts. So it's going to have to take state. We can get away with just doing start. We'll do that for now. It'll be mutable initially, mutable state. This will be Minesweeper state. Row column, and then we'll say const cell equals state sub row state dot cell sub row sub column if cell, and then we don't use data anymore. There's a state here. And then we'll clean it up a little bit later. Get win state. In order to get win state, we would need the Minesweeper state. We can say state.cells.flat, and all this looks good. What's up here? We need to give the state. Go down here for each cell. There should be state is Minesweeper state. And this is state. Verifying dangers. Cell state. Yeah, what's a cell state again? I guess it's helpful for them to have their row and column. Let's think about it. We'll come back to it later. Draw in state. That'll be a new drawable that we do. So we'll come back to that later. So we can get rid of all of these here. We'll keep these around for now. Okay, at least we're running now. I think that's important. Good. Okay, so yeah, I was expecting there to not be anything happening. So we'll go to Minesweeper TS. We'll go to the engine. And when we render, we say promise.width equals renderable dot width. This will be height. Okay, cool. So we're setting the width and height. So one thing we should consider doing is making like an image cache. That'll be string record, string to HTML image. Engine as in a solver? No, I'm writing like code so that it's easier to write games. Basically, you know how you might use like Godot, or you might use, what's it called, Unity, Unreal, how you might use those, and there's like a lot of magic and a lot of stuff to do in the background. Those are game engines, and so for people who are curious about like what goes on in the background, I'm kind of going to be going over that and how different tricks to optimize, and how to do collision detection, how to do click detection, things along those lines. So it doesn't seem so mystical, magical, and if you ever wanted to, you know, you could build your own. You very rarely need to. The main reason you want to do a game engine is whether you just want to learn a lot, or the existing game engines are just limited in their capabilities of what you would want them to be able to do. So just doing this to see if I could learn something new, or if I could teach something new to people. I'm gonna go through each drawable and do a for each. I'm gonna say drawables, since there's more than one. And then what we're gonna do is say const image equals float image. And we'll say drawable dot image. We'll only do this if there is a drawable dot image. Yeah, we could do this. We'll do that for now. And we'll say const load image, source is string. I've never made games in an engine. I've written Minesweeper with just HTML canvas. Yeah, we had that earlier today. I had it just plain HTML canvas. For a game like this, yeah, an engine might be overkill, but we're using Minesweeper as like a launching point to see what are the different features that an engine needs to be able to support. And so Minesweeper is a really simple, nothing really moves too much. You're just clicking around and things are just changing state as you click around. So I thought it'd be a very simple, we add a few mechanics. Then we go do another game, we add a few more mechanics. We do another game, we add a few more mechanics. Until like the mechanics get more complex and more involved. Things like collision detection, things like applying gravity, things along those lines. So we'll say const We'll do if not source in image cache. Yeah. We'll say const image equals new image.source equals source. And so one thing a game engine might do is like cache images and try to optimize their loading. Still continue to run while it loads and not crash. So we'll say image cache subsource equals image, and we'll return image cache subsource. So we'll say like if not source, return null. And so we could do we need to create a function that says get value. It takes a value t, returns t, and then we'll say if type of t of value equals function, then we'll return value for now. Alright, we'll figure that out later. Otherwise, return value. T and function are callable. T and function have no call signature. I wonder if we have to do value. No. How do we do this check? How do we do that? Yeah, that's what I did. Okay, we'll figure it out later. I think the code will work, it's just gonna be unhappy. We'll a value, and it'll say const source equals get value or value. We kind of want these values to be responsive. We don't want people to have to hard code it. We want them to be able to change over time based on different conditions. So that's why we're doing this get value thing. So if there's an image dot complete. If the image is complete, then we'll do context dot draw image, and it'll be the image we got and the dx. We're just gonna dx, dy, d width, d height. And so we'll do dx, dy, d. I wish it didn't autocomplete sometimes. Plus dx equals 0, dy equals 0, dw equals 0, dh equals 0, dx, dy, d width, d height. And then the dx is the destination x. It's going to be drawable. So get value. Dot x is get value drawable dot y get value drawable dot width get value drawable dot height. Okay, so we're just trying to get like something to draw. Open up the error pane just so we know. Just trying to get one image to draw. If at least one image draws, I'll be happy. Yes, exactly. It is going to be essentially 0 CSS, a little bit of HTML just to set up the DOM. And it's going to be mostly 90 to 95% TypeScript. Let's see if we're actually getting in here. our drawing. Let's see if we're getting in here. Fresh, we're not getting in here. Do console.log. Maybe on image. Do a refresh. We are getting images. I wonder if we're getting the same image. I can't imagine that we're not. Let's go to sources. Yeah, source. Go to Minesweeper. And we will put a breakpoint somewhere. Let's put it here. Okay, that's good. Well, it only happens once. So let's do a refresh. It does happen once. Okay. So it only happens once, that's good. Set the width, height, then we draw everything. How about the function being, or the breakpoint being here? Oh, because we only draw once, the image is never ready. So we're gonna do one more thing here. We're gonna say, renderable.state. And this is gonna be state. This is gonna be state. And renderables will need state. And that means state. And this will probably be a less conventional way to do game engines, because game engines generally aren't state driven like this. But I think state driven is usually easier to test, usually easier to debug, because you have this one object that governs everything. You'd easily be able to know, oh, I should essentially be able to recreate the exact game state using this one object, and you can recreate a bug very quickly that way. Make a const, I guess. I don't know how much we care yet. I don't think we care about state yet. I think at this point we just want to re-render. And so what you might want to do is request animation frame. Render and drawables. Sorry, renderable. Okay, cool. So that's what I was hoping to get. Right now we're not sub-imaging, but at least we're drawing. That was the main thing I wanted to accomplish. And that's because now we're redrawing. We're drawing on every animation frame. Okay, so this one's state, so we'll do state equals something. We'll take a look at, let's go back to renderable and say that the drawable, we did at least use state as the first argument. Let's see if anything complains about that. Cool. And so the state here is going to be cells. Just to be explicit, we'll just say Minesweeper state here. And so what we could do is, we already have this. So we could take this, put it in here. And then we can delete this variable. Wait, get rid of that. And this is just missing some data. So we're just going to, just for convenience, keep the column and row there. We're also going to keep every other variable that we mentioned, which is going to be is revealed, false, is flag, is false, surrounding dangers is 0. Just one more. Stream and audio is more noticeable. Alright, thanks for the information, Argon. Let me see if I can change my settings by chance. Package loss? Do you have any advice for me? I'm using OBS. I don't know if that's just like bad, but and I'm also on Wi-Fi. I've been getting this complaint a lot. I don't know if it's just because I'm a smaller streamer or if my Wi-Fi actually sucks. Should I just change like my video output? Yeah. Okay. I think at some point I might have to move my setup. What frequency am I on? Give me a second. I don't even know if I have an option. Give me a second. See if I can. .4 gigahertz. Is that something that I do from my Wi-Fi settings, or is that something I do from OBS? I think I mean, is that the same thing as like 5G? That's something I send from my router. Dang. Okay. I don't know how much I can do about it now, unfortunately. If I had just like sent less video, do you think that I would be better? I don't know, like my video bit rate is 600 kilobits per second. I don't know if I should decrease that. That's like the only thing I could change really right now. I could just send a smaller aspect ratio, but I would have to stop streaming for a moment. Lower the quality. I wish I could see the options, but it's disabled in OBS while you're streaming. I'm at 1920 1080, which I think is like pretty standard. So like if I'm streaming to people on desktop, it's gonna be pretty bad. I've seen reports too on my streaming insights saying that I have package loss. I just haven't really thought about how to fix it. And also, my fiance's been telling me, she tunes in sometimes and she tells me that the audio cuts in and out. Well, I'd rather have, I don't know, I think it's better to, I think audio is more important than video at the moment, but I think tomorrow I'm probably gonna have to move my setup or get a really long wire. Yeah, I could buy a LAN cable. The problem the problem is my Wi-Fi, my modem is downstairs. So I'd have to run a wire, and it's like in the back bedroom. So I'd have to run a wire like through my kitchen, up the stairs to this room. It's still an easy fix, but like it's okay. Alright, here's my question to you. Do you think it's better that I just stop streaming and restart the stream at a lower video quality, or did I just keep going? Because I think like audio is super important. More important than the video, because like you have people who stream from their mobile. You know what? I'm just gonna decrease my video. I will be right back. Give me a second. Okay, I'll try. All right. Hopefully it's better. I know the video is going to be bad right now, but I'll fix it. I'll fix it another time. I do have a limited amount of time to stream today, but thanks for the feedback. Why are you unhappy? That's the one that's missing. Is steam sugars. False. They're even worse now? What? What? Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Cause oh my gosh, I decreased it so much though. Should I decrease my FPS? Alright. Hey. Alright, I'll definitely have to figure that out. Is it tolerable? Or is it just like you want to leave? Just be honest. Because if it's like you just want to leave, then that's not good. But if it's tolerable, we'll continue for today. There's no lag. Okay. Alright, hopefully we can continue without lag for a little bit. We just need to add state there. There are 2 instant lags right at the beginning. Okay. Cool. Thanks for the info. Alright, let's try to make this happen. Go to find dangers, put the state here, which is Minesweeper state. Cool. We're not gonna need this, this should automatically happen. Draw cells is gonna be interesting for sure. Draw and state, we're not gonna need draw anymore. Why'd you choose JavaScript? I certainly did not choose it for speed. I'll start there. There's a few reasons to choose JavaScript in my opinion. I'm under the impression at least that a lot more people know it. And so if people wanted to tune in, it'd be easier for them to read the code. Excuse me. The other reason is I wanted to use Spun. Yeah, JS is certainly hard to multi-thread, I do agree with you. I mean, we do have things that allow you to write JS/TS for, what's it called? What's that low-level browser thing called? Brain fart. WebAssembly. You could write WebAssembly. I know it's not multi-threaded, but it has the potential to be a lot faster. So a few reasons is just like, I will write the code very quickly. The code will be very readable. You'll have multiple fun instances running with its own runtime, etc. Yeah, I think at some point it's possible. That's kind of why I wanted like a game that's like determined by state, the way we are. Is Vampire Survivors JavaScript? Electron, yeah, but I mean, it's possible to use Electron. So ultimately, the goal is here. Yeah, the backend's going to be in JavaScript. The other reason for me to do JavaScript is because it's so easy to prototype. I just want to test my ideas, see if my idea is even worth it. Because, like I said, I kind of want it to be data-driven. And so if we're able to like communicate with like this JSON object, and this there's like this special JSON object that could be sent back and forth, then we could theoretically make a backend that is language agnostic, and a front end that's also language agnostic if we could just figure out this interface between the two. But yeah, I'm definitely not picking it for performance. Despite it truly being like a typeless language, it has TypeScript is one of the strongest, the most powerful type features that I've ever seen in a typed language. Like the way that it could do generics and spread over types, it's incredibly powerful. Yeah. I'm fine with 80% though. I think 80% is adequate. Is there some kind of instance of now? There is an instance of in modern JavaScript, yeah. And it is pretty usable. It's pretty, there are classes, there's proper classes. Like they're supported in the browser, I think. Console, pretty, oh, we don't need to console log anymore. Let me, okay, we're still console logging. Let me get rid of those console logs. We're in the wrong folder. Oh, that's a lot of logs. Let's see. Where can I check a JSON object against a structure? So a good library for that, there are libraries that help you to do that. I would recommend Zod. Zod is really nice. It's a schema validation library. But like I was gonna show you, you can do like class A. And then you can say const A equals to A. And then you can say like a instance of A. They're all supported in browser. And pretty much every browser uses Chrome, so you don't have to worry. Yeah. I mean, that's another reason not to use like something like C right now. Just close a few of these. I'm gonna be using them. Get rid of that. Okay. All right, so we want to make it so that it only shows one thing. So we're gonna say source here. We're gonna say source X. That's not an X. 0. Y is 0. Width is what are numbers? We're going to here, we're going into here, not here, here. And the is 64 by 48, and it's going to be divided by 4 and 3, which is 16. So it's 16, and the height is 16. So I want to go to here. I want to look at source. That's not the word source. X is a value, which is a number. Y with height. We go to Minesweeper. Cool, we have that. So now we can go to the engine. And then we could do const sx equals. We're just gonna steal all of this. Steal, comma. This would be s, rs. Dot source dot, and then we use it. Sx, sy, sw, sh, and hopefully it just works. Cool. And so what we can do now is we can look into when we draw a cell, and we can kind of start to steal this code. That's too much code I took. Let's cut this. And so what we could do for the source, the X and the Y can change. We'll just create a function here, get cell source, paste it, save it. Just see if everything's balanced. It's not. What does it think this is matched with? Where do we take this? Draw cells. Did I delete it? No. Where is this going? Okay. And then there's some type error somewhere else, or syntax error somewhere else. Try to figure out where that is. Okay, I'm gonna just do a few undos. So I've lost track. Okay, let's draw cells. Let's see where this goes, this goes, this goes. Yeah, so like if we just take this, is that okay? That's okay. And then if we say const get cell source, and then we'll say cell is a Minesweeper cell. And then we say cell.data? No. We'll say cell is a cell state. Right? And then in here we'll do something else. For here we'll do. Okay, so we need to look into what these do. So draw danger, it draws 2, 2, so it's going to return column 2, row 2. And then we don't do this anymore. For draw number, we don't need any of these. We don't need that, we don't need that. We don't need that. Go to draw number. And in here we'll say const row equals cell dot surrounding danger. This is gonna go down every 4 because if we look at the image, there's 4 per row. And so we're gonna divide by 4. And we'll do math.floor. We'll just say const row equals cell.surrounding mod 4. And then we'll say return, this is column. And we could just do it all in one. Comma, colon, delete. Okay, so for draw revealed, we're going to return column something, row something. We'll go to find draw revealed. It's row 2, column 0. Right? Draw partial is row, column. Draw revealed is row 2, column 0. S2. And so now we'll do draw flag. So we're no longer calling this, which is perfect. We're no longer calling this. Is it perfect? I don't know. Let's go back up. Let's do draw flag. Sorry. Draw flag is row 2, column 3. Return row 2, column 3. And then finally draw hidden. Hopefully it's final. Is row 2, column 1. Oh, return row 2, column 1. And so what we could do is for the source X, we could say get cell source this dot we need state. That should be an argument. We just go to value and make it so that value, these value functions take state, and it takes this, which is the oh, it's getting more complicated. State. Sorry, that should be capital, so it should be lowercase. This is drawable state unknown. So this will be state. Just put that in everywhere. And then we'll make drawables. We'll go to draw. Both unknown. This will be state. We don't care about it. We actually don't care. We'll go to value. We'll go to. We care? We do care, actually. This takes state. This should take state as well. We'll go to get value. This should take state, 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 state. And this will take state. And then we get even more stuff. State, 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 state. The idea is that it's fine, like the engine could be as complex as we want it to, as possible, but the ultimate goal is to make it so that the ultimate goal is to make it so that the code that uses the engine is as simple as possible. And so as long as this code looks clean as possible, that's ideal to me. And so it'll be state dot cells sub this dot data dot row. Is there this reference? This dot data dot column. How could this possibly? Oh, okay, that's fine. That's because we need to do. Can we do it? Is there a better? Is there any more? How do you do this? Isn't it like? Can't you do like 2 arrows? Double equals. How do you bind it? I don't remember. Dot column times cell size. Okay, and then this dot data is unknown. Shouldn't it know? No, it shouldn't. Source. Okay. We'll do this. We're gonna make it so that it knows the data. We're gonna keep the order consistent. Data then state. State data. State data. State data. Let's stop typing it and do this. Does that help? State data, state data, state data, state data. There's still more to do, but let's just check here. Just look for the errors that are here. There needs to be a dot here. And this is like, oh, it's not loud. Or null, or undefined. We'll say if not cell, then we'll return 0, column. We'll do -1, just so it's more guaranteed to not show up. Okay. And so now this isn't getting enough data. Rather than getting the error later, we're going to try to make the error happen in here. Okay, actually let's hover over this just to see what it thinks the error is. Minesweeper cell array is not drawable. Minesweeper state unknown. Cell array is not assignable to drawable. Minesweeper state unknown. I wonder why that is. That's alright. Alright, and I know why that is. This is because we need to pass in the... What's the order? State data. And this is the view. The drawable is drawable state data. Dot call drawable. And so in all of these, it'll be state drawable. And then in here, I don't care. Do I care? I do care. Sorry. And then in here, it'll be drawable. That is a drawable of state data. And then this file needs to be drawable. Okay, hopefully we don't get the error. We do draw the wrong thing, but that's fine. We don't care about this file right now. Alright, so let's try to figure out what we're missing here. we want to do something similar for the Y as well. Except it's going to be row times cell size. We need one less colon. Do refresh. Okay. Oh, because we don't need to multiply by cell size. Cool. All right. What do we need to multiply by? We do need to multiply by something. Do that for now. All right, so what's next? We need to let's see. Start. So I don't think start is being called, and actually I'm surprised it's showing the number 1 still. If we go to source, we go to Minesweeper, we go to get source cell. Like we shouldn't be going down. Where is it? Is flagged. Is dangerous. It's run. We should be going down this. I think if anything, we should just be going down the else. I should be going down this one. And so if we step out, let's just make this a little bit bigger. Move this over. So in here, okay, that's certainly wrong. There's no reason these should be 1 and 2. So something's happening with the source X and source Y to make it 1 and 2, which is wrong. And what is 1 and 2? It's these. Are we just not multiplying them in time? Did we just not save it? Okay, there we go. Okay, it's coming along. I think now the problem is we're not actually starting. So let's try to delete some of the extra code. So we're not gonna need any of this. We're not gonna need any of these. We still need that. We don't need this anymore. Still need that. We still need this. That. Yeah, we need that. So we need start. So let's call it here. Just say I start. We'll just do that. And then we'll have to declare it sooner. Which is fine. We'll just have to declare it somewhere up here. I'm fine with that. Let's organize this a little bit. Let's take the interfaces and types, put them first. Remove the interfaces first, do the types later. Constants are here, then we'll do the functions that we need. Start, cells. We'll go to start, we'll return state to make that happy. Okay. There's still a little bit more work to do, but I don't know. We're under 260 lines. It's a good start. Azu, I don't know if I fully answered your question about certificates, but I mean, I wouldn't say there's any good reason to not get a certificate. A certificate can, at the end of the day, can only help you. Alright, so let's make it so that we detect click events. And in order to do that, we're gonna have some of this. We're gonna just call this start. Which we're gonna go back in here. Okay, good. No problem. Yeah, sometimes I don't know if my answers have satisfying conclusions, so if you have follow-ups, just let me know. Start. Already called something start. I'll call this restart. And in here, restart. That's fine. Okay, cool. Let's see. So in here, we want to do a private render function. And this is where we'll do some of this work. And we'll do this here. If I have the time and it's free, I don't mind getting certification as proof of my skills. Or like you said, it's required for position, it makes sense to get that. Yeah. I mean, if it's free, sure. For sure, do it. I'm wondering. Probably at the same time, I feel like there are other more important things to spend time on. Yeah, I imagine that like having a portfolio is way more important than having a certificate. Because having a portfolio means you, it's like a demonstration that you've done the work. Take context. The same order I'm doing it for other things. It's not. Canvas, rendering, context, 2D. Let's say canvas.on click event. And let's say canvas.on click on context menu. Event. say event.prevent default for both of them. And then something else has to happen. Excuse me. Okay. Thanks for the update. So we're gonna call renderable context. Let's just do a console refresh. Oh, we're dead. Can I access uninitialized variable? Who is uninitialized? Line 83. What exactly do you mean it's uninitialized? Oh, shuffle? Shuffle. Alright, I believe you now. Find dangers. Yeah. Fine. I approve. Alright. Okay, so we need a way to like process these events. Hello, Pinkfish Biscuit. It might actually be my fault. I had to decrease my quality because I was having some connection issues. I'll figure it out tomorrow though. Alright, so we're trying to do click. I'm still not 100% sure why this is an error. Value T. Non-nullable T. Yeah. It's not you. I imagine it's not you. It's me. State. Alright. We'll come back to it. Like I said. Alright. How do we want to handle clicks? We want to handle clicks so that the state gets updated. So I almost imagine that like as we go through draw, state is being manipulated. Oh, okay. Alright, well. It might just be because like I'm a newer streamer and so Twitch just totally disrespects my stream. Until I'm like maybe affiliate. What do I want to do? What am I trying to do? I lost track. I want to handle mouse events, and they happen here. So like we want the const x, y, and name. I'll call it a signal for now. X is event.offset x. Y is event.offset y. And one thing we didn't do for this is context.smoothing is false. We'll do name is click. Name is context. I'll just do that for now. And then what we'll do is maybe the renderable we'll do it on. We'll say events is an array of signal. And then we'll do export interface signal. We'll do type signal equals click signal context signal, and then we'll say export interface click signal, name is click, x is a number, y is a number. Just so you know where we're at, Pinkfish Biscuit, we've already created the Minesweeper game, and now we're trying to like fit it into an engine, and we're just doing like this very small engine at the moment. It's a little bit overkill for Minesweeper, but like the idea is we keep building these small games and adding feature by feature until we have like a more robust game engine. So in here, I would have thought, let's see, render, unhappy. An array of Minesweeper cell. Drawable Minesweeper state unknown. It's not assignable. It's not assignable. Property X are incompatible. X Minesweeper and type value number Minesweeper state unknown. The disk types are incompatible. Interesting. Alright, that's another type issue we'll have to figure out. Yeah, so I'm trying to like make it so that we can kind of like fit, try to do the whole engine, try to do like the whole game of Minesweeper in like, I don't know, maybe less than 200 lines of code. Right now we're at 250. Hopefully the engine does most of the heavy lifting and the engine ends up being huge, which is 132 right now. But in order to do that, we need to do this signal idea. So renderable.signal, I'll call it signals. Signal. Call signals. You're not happy? Can I say as const? No. This should be context. Sorry. Okay, so signals. So write a signal. Can I say here as const? It does like that. What if I just drop it in directly? And it also likes that. So we'll do the same thing here. Renderable dot signals dot push. And so right now my idea is that draw will return state. And here it will return state. Alright, let's refresh, see if we get any errors. We don't have any errors, which is great. And so what I'm thinking is after each draw, we'll say renderable state equals that. Do that, and delete this. This is just like self-sustaining state changes after every draw. We might be able to not, it might be possible not to have to call this every single time, or even make it so that like, it's not a function. Like just say this. And then in Minesweeper we could just say, because this will reduce the amount of memory we're using. If we just make it, like this. I know we have a type error here, but we'll figure it out later. Just take a look at this. Yeah. Look at this. Okay. Cool. All right, let's try to get that click event working. Take a look here. There's no longer a render. Let's do a refresh, see if we get any errors. We don't. And what we could do here is just do CT semicolon, double click this, paste, ID, CID, render. We just do drawables rather than call it render. Where are we? Say drawables, and we'll call this instead is CID engine config. And we'll put that here. Get rid of this idea of renderable. Okay, so in here, we're probably gonna try to figure out, we're probably gonna move all of this code here. And then we'll see all the signals. So each render cycle, we'll say renderable dot signals is an empty array. When I go into here, I'm a little surprised we're not getting an error for the start, because I would have thought signals is required. Okay, well, it's not called drawables anymore. sorry, it's not called render anymore. And signals. Okay, let's do another refresh. Okay, we're good. So now that we have all the destination related things, we can see we need the signals. And we could do signals dot for each signal if signal dot name click if signal dot name equals context. All right, so if it's click, then we want to see if we're in the bounds. So I say if signal.x is greater than equal to dx and signal.x is less than dx plus dw. And are all the games you have made with this engine in .ls? I don't know if I'm just misreading that. So to be perfectly honest, we haven't really built any games in this engine yet. The Minesweeper is the first game that we're doing. The language of choice right now is TypeScript. I imagine that, like, because my screen's probably blurry, you just made that out to be a ls, but it is TS. Greater than or equal to dy and signal.y. But we do intend to, at least initially, do everything in TS, if that answers your question. Could also say okay, good. We'll go to here, we'll say, it's fine that we don't do that yet. We'll say drawable dot on state, or we just say state equals. So this is the first game using this engine, yeah. It is the first game. We've already written in using like vanilla, just like pure raw canvas, but now we're trying to convert it to an engine and seeing how clean we can make the final code be. Okay, we'll do a refresh. We do get an error. Let's do a sources and we'll pause on uncaught. And we're just not passing down the signals. Renderable dot signals. And then there's do a refresh. Okay, let's see. Okay, well that worked right out of the box. Does right click work? Right click also works. Now we just have to see if I'm actually good at Minesweeper or not. This is wrong, right? How can there be two here? Same thing with this one. How can there be two? Yeah, it should be. Wee. Okay, I died. Apparently I can't count. That's probably just an issue with the code then. Alright, let's stop that. Let's go to source. Let's not do that. Let's play it. Okay. Go back to here. Okay, so our issue right now. So it is possible that we're just showing the wrong number. And we are showing the wrong number. We are showing the wrong number. And the reason I say that is because if we go to here, maybe we are. Maybe I'm wrong. This is it. We need to subtract 1 because it's 0 based. And the numbers are 1 based. I'm just gonna make a new variable, say const index equals cell.surrounding minus 1. And then we could just take index divided by 4. Do a refresh. Hope we don't die on the first click. Alright. We're alive. Oh, there's so many 50-50s. Let's think about this one. Nah, let's just go random. YOLO. 2, 1, good. That's done. Good, good. These are both bad. That's also bad. We have 3 there, with 2 there, so this is good. This is good. I died? I died. Because I can't count. Dang. Yeah, you're right. Everything is 1 higher than it should be. Okay. Next step, learn how to count. That's my issue. Okay, but, so there's some other aspects. So, we'll figure this out later. That's that type error. We'll figure that type error out later. We could just put this back for now. Actually, we can't because the backend doesn't like that we do it. So it generates the mines at the start. Yeah. Yes, it does. So if we take a look at this function called restart, this is the function we call. We basically do a reset. And then we randomize. And then we choose the first few to be dangerous. So we mark random cells as dangerous. And then we do the numbers. Because if we want to try to avoid recalculation, we want to just calculate it once. Let me do a refresh since we're bugging out. Okay, well the server's dead, so doesn't matter. So one thing we might want to try doing. We might want to try doing export interface engine. We'll have a play function, which will take a source string and do void. And this will return an engine. It's just we're just not doing it yet. Source, and then we gotta have another map. Excuse me. We'll have an audio cache, which is a record of string to audio. HTML audio. And we'll say const load audio source string. It's going to be just about the same code here, except without the evaluation. We'll do this. We'll delete source. There should always be a source. And instead of using image cache, we'll use audio cache. And instead of this, we'll do CID audio. And we'll do source here. We can delete this. Let's call it audio. We'll try to keep things organized here, so we'll put this here. And then in play, we're going to say I const audio equals load audio source audio.play. Actually, we'll go to load audio and say that it definitely returns an audio. And then when we go to play, we can just get rid of that. And then in here, we can say, in start, we can say, I const engine equals, and then where do we, explosion. Quote. And in here we say O engine dot play and P. And then we can get rid of these. And let's just set the audio volume to 3.5. Go into here. Volume. There's a number. And then in here, we'll say I volume equals 1. And we'll say audio dot volume equals 1. Get rid of that. Okay. Start takes a renderable engine config. This is restart. Okay. Let's try to lose. Oh my god, I apologize. That was loud. Even at 0.5, it was loud. So clicking it again will actually reset it. Oh my gosh, it's still so loud. Why is it so loud? Oh my. I didn't write that. Sorry. Just trying to keep you on your toes, keep you awake. Just a second. Off in here. Okay, it's not. It's better. We'll do another half. Alright. I think that's better. Alright, so now the question is, can we make this look even better? So one thing I want to do is do a new file with types.ts. And then in here, we're going to just collect all the types that we have so far. Just to reduce this file size. I'll just put a marker up here. Can we say namespace? Is namespace a thing? I've never actually done this. Do we do export like namespace? Let's learn something new. I've never done this. I'm just YOLOing it right now. So how can I import this? Does anything help me? What are we doing? Minesweeper? And can I say like Minesweeper .dat? Okay. Alright, maybe I'll do it like this. That's a lot nicer, especially when I get more games going. That'd be pretty nice. We can get rid of that now. So we'll say the same thing here. Just try to resolve all the type errors. I'm also going to remove the Minesweeper prefix from all these types since it already has the the namespace. So we'll go back to types, and cell data is fine, cell state is fine, but we're going to change this to be rename symbol just to state. And in here, we're going to say rename symbol cell. And that's fine. Go back to Minesweeper. We can keep the constants the way they are at the moment. And we're gonna move shuffle to like a utility function. So we'll do new file, utility.ts. And we'll just move this since we might use this for other games. I imagine us making like maybe a solitaire game. And we'll probably use this for that. Shuffle. So that'll just help us. Alright, so we still have to do drawing the wind state. See if we could try to move some code that's related closer to each other. So like revealing the neighbors is on click related. Wind state is separate. Wind state is going to be part of the end state. The cells are part of the initial drawables. Am I able to just say cells here? Yeah. Okay, JK. let's do a deep analysis here. Let's try to figure out why it's unhappy. Go back to here, close others. So array of Minesweeper cell. Cell is not assignable to drawable state unknown array. Cell is not assignable to drawable state unknown. Why though? Types of property X are incompatible. So X is incompatible. So if we look at sorry, that wasn't the right thing. Go to cell, go to drawable. Something about X is, it's unhappy. State data. State data. Data. Drawable state data. State D. Yeah, solitaire would be a lot of fun. That'll include like, I mean, drawing the cards, of course, but also like dragging, dropping. And ultimately, I think like something fun that I would want to do is like try to recreate some more elaborate games. One of them being Slay the Spire. I really love Slay the Spire. And Balatro is also like a pretty big card game nowadays, so trying to show people how to recreate these, I think it's interesting to me. Wonder if I need to make it like unknown by default. I just make it so you have to supply, just in case I'm missing one. Because it would be kind of funny if the issue was just I just forgot to type something. It'd be kind of tragic actually if I just simply forgot to type something. Yeah, I think it would be cool to be able to add some customizations. All the variety of card games we can make would be interesting. Okay, let's look for. Let's actually do. Let's do another types file. And this one's gonna be export namespace engine. And then we'll go to the engine. We'll take all of the types here. Go to here. Paste it. So we shouldn't need that anymore. And this should be engine.drawable. If we go to engine, then we should say engine engine.engine. That. Curious why it doesn't know what value is. Why don't you know what a value is? I didn't export it. File. Okay, just to reduce the number of lines of code that we have. And since we already have the namespace prefix, we're just going to rename this to config. And maybe we'll rename this to be instance. Rename instance. So it's engine.instance. Okay. And so part of the reason I did that was I just want all the types to be in one place. And if we did type unknown equals any, just temporarily, this is a problem that I kind of don't want to solve right now. It's not that interesting. Hopefully that resolves the error in Minesweeper. Okay, so we're not getting the error here anymore. That's what I mainly want to do for that change, but it doesn't resolve this one. So we want to figure out why it doesn't think that this is a function. And if we go to value, it could be t null undefined or a function that takes this state and returns t. Now, what is it saying here? This context of whatever that says is not assignable to methods this. Oh, okay, so if I said as engine.drawable state data, okay, that maybe that helps a little. It doesn't help at all. What if I said does it care now? The type function provides some match for signature state. What does call do anyway? Takes this reference. An arg array. A list of arguments passed. Excuse me. Okay, let's not do as any then. Alright. We're just gonna do this. We're gonna go to types, we're gonna export. Alright, and hopefully that resolves this error for now. We'll figure that out later. It's not a very interesting problem to solve. So find dangers is related to getting the win state So I'm gonna try to put those close to each other. Get win state right after find dangers. Right? I thought so. JK, find dangers is related to restart. So let's put those together. Go to restart. Put that there. We could probably just put the code together. Click has reveal neighbors. Get win state is also related. Alright, so next is drawing the end state. So we're gonna need a new drawable. So we're gonna do most win state equals. I'm gonna say it's an engine dot drawable of Minesweeper dot state, and it's not gonna have its own whatever words, data. It doesn't need to keep track of anything. So we can just null it for now. We'll actually go back to making this optional. Go back to drawable. Make this type arg optional. Then we can start making everything else optional. So if we go to drawable, we're gonna see what else here should be optional. I certainly think source should be, image should be, data should be, tag should be, on click should be. Like that. I'll go back to here. And for this, x is going to be 0, y is going to be 0, width is going to be width, and height is going to be height. And this one is going to be background is RGBA 000.7.3. Background's a brand new property. So we're going to do background value string state data. And so what we're going to do now is just see if that draws win state. Refresh. Of course it didn't draw because we didn't tell the engine how to handle that. This. Do that. Try to avoid checks if we can. Okay, that improves things a little bit. And of course we still didn't handle it. So we'll say if cost background equals get value drawable dot background state drawable if background we will do context dot fill rect dx dy dw dh. Context dot fill style is background. And now hopefully something happens. Yeah, okay, so it got darker, which is exactly what we were hoping for. The other concept we want to do is the idea of adding children. What's going on here? So they is possibly undefined. Yeah, that makes things a little annoying. We'll say const cell data if data, then we'll say we'll do it differently. It's fine. Everything's fine. How many changes does this require? All right, let's go to types. Let's make background optional as well. Maybe data is some kind of optional type. We'll figure that out later. But I don't want to make it so that we have to do question marks everywhere we do data. Ugh, this song. It's so weird. Question mark. There's no more. Why are you unhappy? You want data, but you didn't specify data. So let's try to make the error go away by updating the types. I thought you could do. Okay. My bad. It's something like that, right? TypeScript set type make type optional if generic is certain type. Make field optional because it extends. Is that not what I did? Okay, if it extends unknown, we'll say optional. TypeScript, make a field optional. Right. I just don't know how easily this is done. I think it would have to be a type, then equals. Dang. You know what? Maybe. Okay, maybe there's like a partial version. Oh, this is what I'll do. Okay. This will be the type that you use. But there's going to be a different one, which is export const type partial drawable state data. Equals partial drawable state data. State. And this is what you pass as an argument, I would say. So it should be this. And when we go to here, this one, do that. But this one you have to say it. You have to say what data is. No, you don't. Yeah, you do. What's this? We'll go to cell. Cell. Do partial. Back to here. And then we'll say drawables is a partial drawable. Alright, but in here, in the engine, we'll just cast it, I think. Engine drawable state. Do I have to do as unknown first? Just missing following properties. Oh, sorry. Okay. All that matters to me right now is that the code is as clean as possible. Hello. Miviru? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. We're just working on our Minesweeper right now game. We're just trying to make this, the engine code that you actually use, that you actually see, much nicer, much cleaner. So we're trying to get rid of that. This should not be partial. So why is it partial? Because this is partial. How you doing? Are you also a programmer? Of course this ends up being a bad solution. Instantly punished. Where do we use that code anyway? In the on click. Alright. We'll just make it so you always have to give data. It's a little annoying, just a little annoying, but it's better than the alternative. So this is optional. It's optional. That's optional. That's optional. Optional. Back to let's look at the engine real quick. Oh yeah, those are optional. My bad. Let's look for where all the question marks are. Cool. Excellent. Go here. Unhappy. No, because there's no type here. BT capital D. Dot. Put here, dot. Go back to being unknown. Actually, it should just be truly unknown. And find. Just null it out. So the other concept we want to do is children. Subviews. So we're gonna go to drawable. Drawables have children. They're optional, and it's always going to be an array of drawable. And they have the same state as the parent, but the data can be whatever. We're just trying to reduce the number of times we actually use this variable. Can I get away with using just unknown here? It's acceptable. That makes it so I could just remove it from this file completely now. I think. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. I think it has to be that way. Children. That's the declaration, that's fine. That's temporary. Okay. Alright, we're fine. So next we need to go to here, and we could say children. And then we'll have one child. And their x is 0. No, it's width divided by 2. Y is height divided by 2. The text. The text is a function. You win. You lose. Return const win state equals get win state, which is an argument here. Win state equals win. And then we're gonna say baseline middle, align, center, color is similar. It's gonna be CI quote green, red. We're gonna try to keep these dynamic ones together. We need to go to types, and then we need to add these things to it. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, which is text, align, baseline, color, we'll go to Minesweeper. Make them all optional. They are optional, indeed. And you are unhappy because there is no width. So width, just say 0. Height. We'll just make width and height optional. Width and height are optional. What else do you want? Data. Of course you want data. Okay, so we'll put these all at the top. Cool. We'll do a refresh, nothing should happen. And that's because we just didn't do anything yet. So we'll do const text equals what are we doing? Get value drawable dot text. We'll say if text, then we'll say state drawable. If there's text, then we're gonna do context dot text align equals drawable dot get value drawable dot align state drawable or left text baseline middle, no, top. Context dot font equals, I have no idea right now. I'll just say 24 pixel solid, or not solid, what am I talking about? 24 pixel sans serif. I'll say context dot fill text one more concept, fill style equals get value, w, color, and basically we'll just use whatever color they did last. So this will be text dx dy. So hopefully, no, nothing will show yet because we have to do drawable dot children dot for each child. We'll do draw. We'll say state equals draw. State not drawable dot children context state signals or an empty array. Should draw now, and it should say you lose because you didn't win. Winning is harder than losing. But it also shouldn't show. So to make it not show, we're gonna say visible state only visible C if win state is not neutral. We go back to types and we add that here too. Visible. It's a Boolean. Take a quick look here in the engine. Let's look at text align. We do have a type for this, so we do it here. And then in baseline, take a look here. See baseline. Take it. Do it here. Excellent. Next, we need to actually handle visible. So here we'll do const visible equals get value drawable dot visible state drawable. If it's nothing, then we'll just say it is visible by default. I'll say if visible. We'll do everything else. What's the issue here? Why are you unhappy? What is this for? Oh, that's for the for each. Sorry. Okay. Oh my gosh, what are the chances? Oh my gosh. I have the worst luck, actually. How is my luck that bad? I lost 3 in a row. Skill gap. Yep. It doesn't look like me. Same with the glasses. Can I win? I need that. That's safe, safe, dangerous, safe, safe. You win. Okay, cool. So let's take another look at this code over here. We can officially delete this code. Nice. There. If you meant the glasses, I'll take them off. Alright, so let's see if we can think about ways to reduce the number of lines of code here, because we're at 240. Let's save it. Let's commit to. Commit session. Add initial game engine. Cool. Let's see if there's any opportunities to potentially reduce the amount of code we do, or make it so that the engine handles some of the code that we do. Let's take a look at this. Okay, we kind of have to do that. That's fine. Fairly reduced. Reset everything. We don't need this tag thing. This concept of tags is we don't need it. Okay, I have an idea for a way to potentially reduce the amount of code a little bit. And so we're gonna create like specialized. Let's try to put the engine last. Let's put all our functions first. Let's put our view state last. So we'll put that here. Okay, so this is our final view. This is a view, this is a view. These are some functions to help us out. Let's just put some ideas up here. One thing I want to do is a tile map, which will help for a lot of games. The other thing I want to do is I just had it in my mind and I lost it. Gone. I do think this is kind of tragic that we have to call this 3 different times. Similarly here, where is it? Cell source? No. And I keep passing it. In here we have to call this twice for every single cell. Hopefully we can improve that. I can't think of the other thing I want to do, but let's do a tile map. Tile map would be interesting. Alright, so take a look here. Tilemap.ts. So the other thing I want to do too is move these files. New folder. I'm gonna move the engine to the game. I'm gonna move the time map to the game. I'm gonna move types to source. I'm gonna move utility to source. Because I don't want people loading anything but the Minesweeper. We'll go here and we'll just save those changes. Engine, state. I wonder if we even need children here. Yeah, I think it's easier if it's... I don't know if we just like always center text within... yeah, let's do that. We don't need children. We'll just make it so that text is always drawn in the very, very center of whatever you have. So, does it make any sense? I think so. So let's go to Minesweeper. No, let's go to engine. W divided by 2 plus DH divided by 2. And for the other case, I think now that we have width as optional, it needs to be 0. So in that other case, dx would have been there, dy would have been there, it would have added nothing. Cool. And so hopefully, cool, we still get it. Hopefully we can just remove the children now. Yeah, there is no children, so we're good to go. Let's just make it so all the functions come last. Cool. This simplifies it a little bit. Yeah. So next, we want to add a tile map, and the tile map will help simplify this code a little bit. Pretty much all of this code a little bit. So say const tile map. This will take a engine.tile map config. So we're over here. Let's say export type equals something. That's gonna take rows, columns, take it on, click on context. It's gonna need some state. State import is going to be some kind of a drawable. A state. Actually, before we even do a tile map, what's it called? I don't even know the name for this word. Sprite sheet. That's the word, sprite sheet. We might want to do a sprite sheet. Oh, I just missed it. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. What OS? This is a Mac. SQL injection port 8080. Dangerous stuff. Export that. We're just trying to, so we have like this Minesweeper game using an engine we built, a custom engine we built from scratch. And we're just trying to figure out if there's more work we can have the engine doing. And so we're creating some new helper functions, helper files in order to accomplish that. We're currently at 237. Maybe I'll put a comment here, just to see how many lines we get it down to. So we want to do this concept of engines.sprite-sheet config types export type Spreadsheet config, state. I don't know. Do we need state? Probably not. I would do source width is a number, source height is a number. So in here, not in the engine, we got Minesweeper. Creating a whole bunch of these cells, but I wonder if we should create a sprite sheet instead. And it does like this, all of this work pretty much for us. And this. Actually not this, we'll do this. And so my idea is, yeah, we would take source width, source height, import this, and this is going to be interface. And it's going to extend drawable state data, which we have not specified yet. Excellent. So we go back to here, say state data. Why? You know I'm typing something new. And so we'll just do, yeah. We'll do config here. I'll say return ... config before source. I feel like one thing that would be kind of cool is, what's wrong? Engine drawable. I don't know if we want data. That's fine. We'll fix that later. I think one thing that would be cool is having a function that gets the actual column and row. SR. I'll just say these are values. Value. State data. Engine dot. State data. Maybe we need to create a whole new type. Maybe that's more interesting. Yeah, maybe we'll do like a export type interface source with height. column. And instead of all of this, we'll just say source that. And we'll say value source data state. We'll say this is let's go with sprite sheet. Alright, and for the sprite sheet, we'll say source let's think about it. I think it would be cool if source could also be, we're using SW, SH. I think it'd be cool if we could also do this. If this was also maybe a value. State data. And so we can go here and in source, instead of this, we can just do a function. We do state. And we could say config.spritesheet is a function. Is a function. No, it's not. Get value. State this. This needs to come from the engine, so we'll go to the engine. Find get value. Go to the source. Export. I const source equals I sprite sheet. Why are you unhappy? Has any type? What do you mean it has any type? Does it know what it's trying to give me? No, it doesn't. It's trying to give you a drawable state data engine.drawable. Because I think it's undefined still. Okay, well, we'll figure that out later. We'll do return X is sprite sheet dot it shouldn't return any, it should return engine.source. T or null or undefined. Okay, that's fine. Or null or undefined. Whatever. X is going to be column times const SW, I don't know. Just over 0 here. Sprite sheet. I don't know. Yeah, actually, we'll say if sprite sheet, then return null. Do that. If there's not a sprite sheet. So what we'll do is do it as one statement actually. Delete that, delete that, delete these 2 lines. X is sprite sheet dot column times sprite sheet dot width. Y is sprite sheet dot row times sprite sheet dot height. Width is sprite sheet dot width. Height is sprite sheet dot height. Alright, so that's happy now. We can go to Minesweeper and we can convert this to a sprite sheet. So we'll do sprite sheet. This goes. Let's go here. It just needs a little bit more information. It needs the sprite sheet, which will be a function. I'm gonna change this so we don't have the word function. Instead we have it like this. I'm gonna try to reduce any other functions we have. I'm gonna see if the word function is anywhere else. That one's fine. Okay, so for this, we're gonna say const cell, say const source equals get cell source. It's gonna take state dot cells dot sub this dot data dot row question mark dot this dot data dot column, and then we'll do return column is source dot column, row is source dot row, width is 16, height is 16. And then we can start deleting some stuff. And so this is fine, fine, fine. We can delete the source completely. I think that's pretty much all we can delete. Wow, incredible. Just as I envisioned. All right, let's take a moment to really take this in. Let's go. I mean, did we even reduce the number of lines of code? A little. Just the slightest. Let's see. Sprite sheet column with row height. Yep. putting a breakpoint in the... No. Sprite sheet. Let's try putting it here. Okay, so we're not even calling this, which is excellent. So let's look for a sprite sheet. Let's go to here. We're not even calling it, which is excellent. Okay, and I know why. I've come to the conclusion that we're not even doing it right. We'll go to the engine. So what we need to do is say const source equals get value drawable dot source state drawable, and then for this we're gonna have to do just source, just straight up, and then we gotta do const. Let's split them into two. And then is there any others? DX is unhappy. Why? Because it's null or undefined. Fine. We'll do this. Who else is unhappy? Okay, I don't know how I feel about these, CIW question, this is question. How many other double ors do we use? I think that's fine, just in case it's empty string. Okay, so we are doing the breakpoint now. Oh, we're getting an error. Let's pause on uncall it. We'll press play. This with the wrong this context. So we have to go to sprite sheet. We have to yes. Okay. That makes sense. All right. Cool. Oh my gosh. I'm a beast. Oh my gosh, I almost clicked on it. That would have been tragic. Hey, we win. And we did it. When we did it by saving 4 lines of code. But Sprite will make it easier to just show subsections of a sheet. You could take it even further by doing a tile map. But that probably also just saves us like 4 more lines potentially. But I think that's as far as I could take this for today though. I do with the sign off. But we do have more that we can do. We'll do the tile map next time, and then we'll start considering things like a timer, keeping count of how many dangers there are, and some kind of reset button so you can reset it in the middle of the section, similar to the existing game.